Hello, viewers. Welcome to NAS TV Africa, where we are set out to manifest Africa's greatness. I am Okewale Askoforola, your host for today's talk show. One of the ways by which we manifest Africa's greatness is by engaging women from different cultural background, career paths, and socioeconomic class in Nigeria and Africa at large. On NAS TV Africa today, we are launching the maiden edition of the Africa Women's Talk. And with me here in the studio are two beautiful women, and to my right is...
I'm in Makkah, a public affair advocate.
Oh, thank you very much. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank
and
you.
To my left is...
My name is Atola Gwenda Mola and I'm a business consultant.
Thank you very much. You're welcome to the studio, Makkah and Oyin. Today we are launching the maiden edition of Africa Women's Talk, and we are privileged to be launching the first edition together. So my first question will be, this question will be directed to both of you, but Oyin should answer me first. Are you an independent woman?
I would say to an extent.
You are, or you are
Yes,
not?
I am to an extent.
Maka, what about you?
Same to a certain extent. I'm independent.
Okay, Maka, what's your definition of independency?
Taking up responsibility, like paying your bills, solving your problem by yourself.
So you mean just by taking up responsibility and paying up your bills by yourself means you are independent? Okay, now if we are talking about permission with regards to what you just analyzed now, it might not necessarily, as a married woman or a single lady that you're still with your parents or you're staying alone, do you think it is necessary for us to take permission from whoever we are supposed to be staying with or being with?
Okay, I think it is necessary because, as we all know, apart from the fact that no man is an island, I think we all are subject to someone. I myself, I'm still, okay, I can say I'm still living with my parents, and in a way I'm under them. And no matter how grown I think I am or being an adult, the fact that I'm still staying with them subjects me to them in a way. Because, God forbid, if something should happen today or tomorrow, they would be the first person to be contacted. This lady was under you, she was with you, so what went wrong? So the fact that they are holding that position in my life, I am still subjected to them, which means I might seek and I am supposed to seek their permission for something.
Okay, if I feel that instead of permission, it could have been informing them of where you are going or what you are doing at a particular point in time. Permission is more like saying you are seeking their consent to do some certain things. But when you say you're just informing them, you're informing them like, this is what I am doing, this is where I am going. So I think with the way you analyze your definition of independency, it's a bit contradicting to what you mean by permission.
Okay, I would say this is where we might have to go into the cultural beliefs, our personal beliefs, and well etiquette.
Okay. Before we go there, so Maka, what do you think about seeking permission from our parents or husband, as the case may be?
In Nigeria at large, I think before you do anything, you have to seek permission from your parents.
Okay.
Probably you're going somewhere. As long as you are still under their roof, they are the one giving you food. They give you money. You still have to ask their permission, whatever you want.
Okay. Are you married?
No.
Okay. Okay, you can still answer this question anyways. What if it is your husband in this situation? Would you still do the same thing?
I will not say I'm seeking permission. I'm just going to tell you, okay, I want to do this. I'm just telling you so you will know. So it's
okay. That's quite, Okay, now let me now merge what you just said now with what she raised as regards cultural belief, principles, and all of that. No, this is Nigeria. This is Africa. This is Nigeria.
yeah.
So, what you just said now is like contradicting what we have been made to believe that before you can do something, you need to inform your husband, at least take his permission to do some certain things. He has to give his consent. What you are saying now is contradicting what our culture or what our parents has taught us to understand.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
agree with you. But I, personally, my parents are different from my husband. Why I married him, not because I don't. Yeah, you should respect your husband. You should respect him, but I don't think I need to seek his permission before I do something. I want to do this. Okay, I'll tell you I want to do this. If it's my parents, that's totally different.
Okay, Oyin, do you feel the same way too?
Okay, to me, I would say that's where we'll start looking at the real definition of our background or what the culture entails.
Okay, so briefly, just tell me what your background is and what your culture
Okay, I am
entails.
Yoruba, as I think we should all know by my name.
Okay.
And in Yoruba land, okay, let me take greeting as example.
Okay.
Every Yoruba women here or men and women knows that when they wake up in the morning, they are supposed to kneel down, and for the men, you have to prostrate to the parents to greet them. Whereas in other cultures, they might not necessarily kneel down or prostrate. They can just, even in Western culture, we see how their children relate to their parents. They shake hands or they, dad, how are you? And that's all. But here, I already know who I'm getting married to. If I am getting married to a Yoruba man, I believe I would know what type of background he's coming from. And if he's a man I am telling the world that I love, I should have known him to an extent whereby I will know his background, I will know what they take in their house and what they don't. And if I'm not okay with it, it's something I would have made known to him even before getting into anything. So bringing this in, I would say I would still go for my own personal belief or my own culture in greeting or in seeking for permission.
Oh. Okay, so if I get you correctly now, you're saying that it come rain, come shine, either you're in your parents' house or your husband's house, you still need to seek permission from your husband before you can do some
Yes,
certain
I
things.
do because once I get married to him, in a way, it becomes my guardian.
Mm.
So I'm not saying everything needs to be subjected to him as, oh, no man is God. No, I'm not saying that. I love him, he loves me. It's a two-way thing.
Okay, that is on a neutral level. What if you are the one that you are more financially stable or financially buoyant between the two of you? What would your actions still be the same, or you would act in a
Yes,
different
my
way?
action would still be the same.
Experience, they say, is the best teacher.
Okay. I would say I have had such experiences, but I believe my action will still be the same.
Okay, you already have the view, Makkah, you already have the view that you don't need to take permission from your husband. They are not your parents. Now, this ordinarily as with according, okay, no, what's your own cultural background? Let me pick it up from there.
Let me say, you should, like, okay, I'm also Yoruba.
Okay.
So, like, that's how it is in Yoruba. They say you seek permission from whether it's a parent or from your husband. But I personally, my belief, I don't think I should. If someone I'm comfortable with, someone I'm just going to tell, okay, I want to do this, then I'll do it. It's kind of, in a way, it's like seeking permission. For, I don't want, okay, I want his opinion, okay, or something I've already made up my mind, okay, I'm going to do this. So I'm telling you I'm going to do this. At times, I see myself as a very stubborn, as a very stubborn person. Even if you say I should not do it, I'm still going to do it.
Okay, I actually can relate from your point of view because personally, I also feel that I don't need to seek your permission before I can do anything. What I need to do is just, seek your, not your consent. I'm just informing you. If you have any advice for me as regards what I want to do, give me that advice and, let's discuss together and we might actually take a decision or you leave me to take my decision, but you don't have a total influence on whatever I do. That is my own view to taking permission.
That is very right because it's not as if it's going to have a total influence. Okay, then I believe what we should be putting in question now is what permission are you seeking? I mean, what are you seeking permission for? I mean, there are some things that we can actually seek permission for that you can't just decide on your own. Let's face it. What if his opinion is something that, or what he's saying is something that will actually benefit you without you knowing it?
Okay, like if I'm going to let me ask you a question. Would you like your husband to be bossy?
No, I would not. I don't think anyone would like their husband to be
Okay,
bossy.
what if you are faced with a bossy husband?
If I'm faced with a bossy husband, I'm telling the truth, I don't think I will be faced with it because these things are things we would have seen before even getting into anything. So
But sometimes when we are in love, we tend to
overlook
overlook
certain
some
things,
certain
and
things.
then if I find myself with a bossy husband, I think I would just have to go with whatever, because I overlooked it myself. So why am I complaining in the long run?
Okay. My question too, if you are faced with a bossy husband, what would you do and how would you go about it?
Like I just do this. I pray I'm like I'm not
Okay, okay. At most, I think what I can still do is call him, sit him down, and talk to him. This is what I noticed. This is how I work. This is how I operate, which might be different from you. We'll discuss it. I mean, it's my husband. We'll discuss it.
Well,
We'll talk about it.
I
And
just
we'll
believe
do it.
that except if the guy is pretending before we actually
That's my
tie the
point.
knot,
That's my point.
except it
Now,
is
see
pretending,
him.
and if we don't settle some of these differences, we might have to go different ways before we get married.
Yeah.
But then some people are good at pretending, and sometimes we overlook some important things.
Yes.
We are ladies. Sometimes we overlook some important things.
That's why I think every male couple that want to get married should go for a marriage counseling, because I recommend it for any
No.
couple that want to get married. Marriage counseling, because it helps you sort out some things you overlook.
Okay, but that's basic. Okay, so straight up, let's move to what I would want us to discuss again. Let me start with Makkah. This culturally, women are supposed to stay at home, work, take care of the house, clean the house.
Yeah.
Be a full housewife.
Yes.
But this is the 21st century.
Exactly.
What do you think? You are not married yet? So what are you looking forward to?
What I look forward to. I don't want to be a stay-at-home wife under no circumstances. I want to work. I want to earn my money.
Beautiful.
Yes, I want to earn my money. I want to have at least to be able to do few things myself. Okay. Okay. It's not. I don't want to be totally like. I don't want to just be someone that goes to work. I don't care about the home. Don't care about your children. At least to a certain extent, you should be able to take care of your home since you're the wife. Be able to you should be able to like take care of your children. Okay, whenever your children need you, you should be available to them.
Okay. Oyin, what do you think?
Okay, what I look forward to when I get married.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not looking forward to staying at home. I went to school, and I went to school for a reason. So, as much as I would want to respect my husband and also give in to some of his opinions, I would have discussed it and made it clear that I am going into this marriage. I am not going to be a stay-home wife, and I won't just sit down at home with my level of education and just sit down and be totally dependent on a man. I mean, how am I supposed to I want to get something and I will have to be looking for my husband before I can do anything.
Culturally, you're supposed to be dependent on your husband.
That's why I said the culture matters. If from his own culture, if that's what they do, then I'm still insisting on the fact that I won't even.
You said you are Yoruba.
I'm
women.
Yoruba.
This is the 21st century. Things are changing quite
Okay.
right. But they don't. In worst case, they assist their husband in the farm, and they are still working for their husband.
Okay, if you have to consider that, then what are we even talking about when we say culture? Because culture, I believe culture is something that is still passed down. And if I'm to look at my parents, I believe they also play, no matter what, you can't talk about culture and not talk about your parents.
Yes.
So what they pass down to us. My mom listens, she pays attention, she obeys, but at the same time, there are some things she does on her own. She's not totally dependent, and my dad on the other side is not expecting her to be totally dependent. So to me, that's a part of my culture. That's what I meant. That's what I see, and that's what I feel from it.
Okay. A quick question, Maka. What do you think about financial matters in a home? I want to work, I want to have my money. My husband too, of course, he has to work and have his own money. How do you balance your work, my work, the family, and what we earn? You probably are even earning more than your husband. How are you going to balance that? Giving men's ego and This their bossy. It's inherent. All of them have it. They just exhibit it more than one another. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think even when you are earning more than your husband, I think you should be a little bit submissive. I don't say maybe you should be totally submissive to your husband, but at least to a certain extent. Okay, you make more than him does not mean you should talk to him anyhow. You should disrespect him. You should look down on him. At least, okay. I feel like you should have a joint account where, okay, every month this will enter the account from me from and nobody has to know, okay, this is how much you are putting into the account. Nobody even has to know about your account. It just has to be between the two of you, so you can balance. I know, actually, yes, guys can be they can they can be egoistic.
Very,
Exactly, they
very,
can be
very
very very
egoistic.
egoistic. And what I would just say is, the lady the man himself, the two of you should know what you're getting into. You should know, okay, it might even be after the marriage that your wife will be any more than you. It might be due to an unfortunate circumstance that she's even any more than you. But I guess the two of you should be able to sort it out. There are just some things that comes out even before marriage. The girl will have passed it, the kind
Some
of person
certain,
she is.
yeah.
But so I don't know. Just think they should be able to settle between the two of them.
Okay. On there is this discussion I once had with someone, a guy particularly. It as regards ambition for women. We have different ambitions. Some of us even want to be president, governor, not just first lady, or yeah, not just first lady. You definitely have your own ambition. How far are you working towards these goals? And do you see yourself, do you see your husband assisting you in this? Because someone once told me I'm over ambitious, and I was like, you know,
No
a
man
man,
for
you're over ambitious. That was
No. Okay, no, I am seeing myself. Everyone, okay, to me, I am ambitious, and I believe my husband or whoever I see to feel that figure should also believe in my ambition. That's why I said the place of knowing who you want to get married to is very important, because if I have my ambition, he definitely has his. So the only thing I feel is very key at that moment is for you to relate, I mean, talk about your ambitions to one another. Let them know prior to the time you get married or settle down. So if I know his ambition and he knows mine, I believe he's someone that should be able to respect and support my ambition.
okay. What if what he sees as his own, what he sees as his picture in future is different from what your own ambition is, and he wants you to try to convince you or to change your mind, to change your ambition to fit in his own.
That's just wrong. You can't change my ambition to fit in his own ambition. We can only support each other and help in whichever possible way, but you can't change my ambition or try to use yours to override mine.
What do you think about? Yeah.
It's all about compromise.
Okay.
You have to compromise.
You can compromise for your husband.
Yes.
You can compromise your ambition for your
No,
husband.
not compromising my ambition, but like at least to a certain extent.
Mutual compromise.
When you get to the marriage that you know, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Like,
I mean, I've had a story of a young, sorry, briefly, I've had a story of a young couple, and one was staying, one just got, I mean, the husband just got a job anyway. The wife had an existing job. So by the time they got married, the husband got a new job, and the job was kind of farther to where they initially lived.
Okay.
And now they can't be, I mean, when I say father, this is like almost 2 hours journey every day to his house. So they were thinking, okay, what are you going to do? What am I going to do? We have to, I mean, now a couple of days or months, newly wedded couple, you have to just stay together. And the problem of who was going to move. Now the wife was comfortable with her job, the husband was comfortable with his job, pursuing their ambition. So who would leave our own ambition?
Who
So
do
I
you
don't think
think?
that's not, I feel that's why I said you should just discuss all these things before going into it.
Yes.
But if you know you can do it, we are all different. If you know you can do it, you are okay with your husband's ambition overriding yours, and you can compromise ambition for your husband, then once you get married, you just have to.
Okay, so who do you think should sacrifice his ambition?
I don't think
The
anybody
person that is
should.
ready to compromise.
But you know, if we are going to bring a culture into this, the woman should. I'm not saying I will. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm going to. But you know, if we are bringing culture into this issue, definitely, I mean, the
Okay, then
woman
let's
should.
look at, okay, so I feel at that point you should consider who is getting more. I'm sorry, I'm talking about compromising right now.
Okay.
Who should compromise? If you as the head of the house, I mean the man is able to sustain the whole family. You can sustain the family. I mean, you can pay the bills, you can pay the children's fees and every other bills. Then I see no reason why, if someone is to compromise, I feel no. I'm not talking particularly about the ladies now. I'm saying whoever can support more should get to keep his job.
Job.
Yeah.
And the one that is getting, I mean, I'm talking about the fees now, a little bit lower, that cannot really support the family, and just compromise.
You know, I was actually going to drive to a question of something I saw, I think on social media also, and it's related to what I'm just going to relate it to what you are saying. Okay, let's assume that the lady is earning more, and you know, according to your analysis, the man should leave his job, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
the man should leave his job.
Yes.
But what do you think will happen to the man's ego?
That's where the problem comes in. If he's willing to, I don't.
You know, I
If
said
he
something
can-
that someone must be willing to compromise in
Compromise.
the first place, and compromising for something comes with a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
So when you want to compromise, you should be ready, which
Ready.
means the sacrifice might be dropping your ego.
Oh wow! You know, time has been fast spent already, and we need to round up already. So, in few words, what do you have to say to the viewers?
Okay, I would just say every individual should try and go for what works with them best.
Beautiful, Maka.
Yeah, what I would say is in marriage you have to sacrifice, you have to compromise. So I'll just say choose what makes you happy.
Okay, choose what makes you happy. Sacrifice, compromise, do what works for you. All right, viewers, thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you very much, Oyin. Thank you very much, Maka. The session has really been interesting. I'm very sure you guys are open to questions.
Yes.
Okay, viewers, there you have it. Kindly engage our comment box with your questions and your comments. We'll be looking forward to answering every bit of it. Thank you very much for staying with us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NAS TV Africa and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at NAS TV Africa. Thank you.
Thank you.